Well, again, the president with some very, very strong words for North Korea. I cannot emphasize how this was so unusually blunt. The president earlier on North Korea.
Responsible for the starvation deaths of millions of North Koreans and for the imprisonment, torture, killing, and oppression of countless more. The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea.
All right. The response across the globe was one of startled alarm on all of that. Even a number of Democratic senators, including Dianne Feinstein, said it was bellicose in its nature here, saying that that almost seemed to be something that spoke of wanting a war here. I'm paraphrasing here, so I don't want to overstate it. But again, they felt that the president overstated the case for violent action against the North Koreans. To the Director of Defense Studies at the Center of National Interest, Kazianis, and retired Navy Captain Chuck Nash. The read from the left, the read from other countries, Chuck Nash, is that the president was laying the case for going to war in North Korea. Was he?
I think he was removing any and all ambiguity. And what he said right square off the shoulders was, if North Korea threatens the United States or our allies, we will have no choice. That message was targeted right to Beijing and Moscow as well, because Beijing has great influence over North Korea. They pretend that they don't, but they're the 80% trading partner. They've got influence. And the Russians and the Chinese, as the president thanked, were supportive of the new sanctions that were put in place Monday night. So this is all about the major powers getting their arms around this problem and their hands around his throat.
You know, Harry, I want to quote again from Dianne Feinstein, make sure I got her sentiment right, because it does echo many in the Democratic Party, in which she said that the goal of the United Nations are to foster peace and promote global cooperation. Today, she said the president used it as a stage to threaten war. Do you think he did that?
Not at all, Neil. I think the president, probably since coming to the Oval Office, has studied his classified briefing books. He understands what a war with North Korea means. I'll be honest, I've done war games on this a number of times, and every time I played those scenarios, millions of people get turned to atomic ash. This president doesn't want war. He's trying to prevent war, but he also needs to be clear to Kim Jong-un. And what he's trying to say to him is, look, if you launch a nuclear weapon at the United States or any one of our allies, we will destroy you. That, by the way, Neil, that's actually stated U.S. nuclear policy going back to the 1950s. So there's nothing new here. Now, does Trump put that in his own language with his own sort of unique spin? Absolutely. But there's nothing here to get hysterical over.